Hey guys, today we're putting the brand new S26 Ultra against last year's S25 Ultra. Should you actually upgrade? Stick around because the result isn't who you think. The S25 Ultra used grade 5 titanium with sharp, boxy corners that defined the Ultra look. It's a tank, but at 8.2 millimeters thick and 218 Gs, it's a heavy one. The S26 Ultra makes a controversial pivot back to aluminum. Samsung claims this allowed them to make the thinnest Ultra ever at just 7.9 millimeters and lighter at 214 Gs. The corners are now rounded, making it much more comfortable to hold, but you lose that raw metal titanium prestige. The S26 Ultra's improved ergonomics and lighter weight make it better for daily use. Both phones rock a massive 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with 2600 nits of peak brightness. However, the S26 Ultra introduces privacy display technology. It narrows the viewing angles so people sitting next to you see a black screen while you see crystal clear 1440p content. Plus, it's protected by the new Gorilla Glass Armor 2, which is even more scratch-resistant than the S25's version. The privacy display is a game-changer for commuters and professionals. It's a clear win.
Is 2026 the year of the super chip? Let's look at the benchmarks. The S25 Ultra Snapdragon 8 Elite was no slouch, but the S26 Ultra debuts the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. This chip is specifically tuned for sustained AI performance. We're seeing a 19% jump in the CPU speed and a massive boost in the NPU, meaning tasks that used to go to the cloud now happen instantly on your device. The Gen 5 chip handles heat better thanks to the new aluminum frame's thermal conductivity. Speed matters.
Night photos just got 47% brighter. How? It's all in the aperture. Both have 200 megapixel main sensors, but the S26 Ultra moves to a wider f.14 aperture compared to the S25's f.17. This allows nearly 50% more light into the sensor. Samsung also added horizontal lock stabilization, acting like a built-in gimbal. While the S25 Ultra is still an elite camera, the low-light performance on the S26 is on another level. Take photos at dinner or concerts, the f.1.4 lens on the S26 Ultra will make your photos brighter and sharper, especially in low-light conditions. The wait is over. Samsung finally gave us the charging speed we've been begging for. Both phones have a 5,000 mAh battery, but the S25 Ultra was stuck at 45-watt charging. The S26 Ultra finally bumps it up to 60-watt superfast charging 3.0. You can now hit a 75% charge in just 30 minutes, compared to the 65% you'd get on the S25 in the same time. Wireless charging also jumped to 25 watts. Faster charging is the #1 requested feature. The S26 Ultra finally delivers. The S25 Ultra has circle to search and live translate. Great, but reactive. The S26 Ultra introduces now nudge and now brief. The phone analyzes your notifications and screen context to suggest actions before you ask, like booking a ride when it sees a flight confirmation, or summarizing your day's photos into a video automatically. It's AI that works for you, not just when you click it. It's a new feature, so it might not work as advertised, but over time it will get better. The proactive nature of the S26's software makes the S25 feel a bit manual. The Galaxy S26 Ultra got an upgrade in each pillar of the smartphone experience. But I think that if you have an S25 Ultra, it's not worth upgrading, because the S25 Ultra is still a 10 out of 10 device, and the updates don't add up to a big enough jump. But if you have an S23 or older, absolutely. The 60-watt charging, privacy display, and the 8 Elite Gen 5 are massive jumps. What do you think about the S26 Ultra? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more ultimate comparisons. Thank you for watching.